rent an upstairs room?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your...
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time.
How's life on Groundbreaker, Milo?
Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown.
So how does Groundbreaker keep the board at bay?
Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free.
I'm looking for a lady named Gladys.
Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
Fair enough. And you mentioned Sublight?
Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one.
Do you have any business with the Promenade merchants down here?
Of course. Most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
Alrighty, well, thanks, Milo. I'll be on my way.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt... Your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. To defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed. Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and ready your life. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, military burial, participation medal, training. This is Halcyon News. No I in news, no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
Now see here, What was I doing again? Damnable thing about living on a space station. No pigeons to feed. Oh, you can feed the sprats, sure enough. But then the neighbors start moaning about hygiene.
Step lively, Miss Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot wasn't untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
Good to know that's there for later, just in case we need it. That was sick bay, right? Do we have anything going on in there? Okay, so we do need to go in there, but in the front entrance, I'd have thought. Squatter's Journal. I served on 2 freighters before I got stranded here. Everyone's heard my sob story, but no one's listening. To them, I'm just background radiation. Wasn't my fault the captain decided to take off early. Wasn't my fault no one checked the crew manifest. Wasn't my fault they replaced me with a full-timer. Now I'm filthy, bitless and bedless. As far as anyone's concerned, I'm Groundbreaker trash. That's how I live. And if no one agrees to take me on as crew, I suppose that's how I die. Nobody here though. Let's just look at the upstairs ones first before we speak to Gladys.
This heat's unbearable.
Pay-to-view movies. My big canid friend. A lab-grown giant canid goes on an adorable rampage, leading a family of scientists on a wild chase across Emerald Vale. Spending the holiday away from home proves to be a chore, but the family soon realizes that true friends are the monsters you meet along the way. Rated FSR 11 for fun time, stimulated rampage, and body count 11. Nanospank 7, Primal Affections. Raised by wilderness primals, one man will leave the jungle he knows to explore the one he doesn't. Keystone. He came for Nanospank, but he stayed for love. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature, or will she awaken the beast within? Rated PACNS for passion, anthropoid, and consensual nanospanking. Yeah, let's hack that. Ooh. From Veritas. Vera. To Iceman. Be careful. One of the UB squealers came asking after you. Wanted to know what you'd like to drink. Who you talk to. What your temperament's like. Tried to pay me off. I took the bits and told her a pack of lies. Watch your back when you get in. Didn't want to find you in the waste disposal chute. I see. Been a while since I heard from you. You're on that long haul out of the Dashkova right now. Hope it goes well. I've got a space for you and yours to meet when you get back. It's just a storage room, but it's quiet and safer than the bar. Should be able to accommodate most of you folks. No fees or nothing. Just let me buy you a beer. From Rizzo to McRed. Please stop. Mr. McRed, we have reviewed your proposal for the 10th time and still do not agree that galactic mushroom is an acceptable flavour for a Rizzo beverage. Even if we were to pursue the idea, the samples you sent us were dangerously hallucinogenic. The unopened package alone caused mayhem in our receiving bay. Please don't reach out to us again. Like the sound of that guy. Cereals we got now. Synopsis. What's this one? Baking with Edna. In this time-honoured culinary classic, Chef Edna gives valuable life lessons while she cooks from a book of approved cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen, obey your head chef, achieve a good sponge, and obey your sous chef. Edna is a boss in her kitchen. Now she can be the boss of yours. Space Hospital. If the walls of Orbital Hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. These doctors have seen it all. Zero-G cyst lancing, extraterrestrial teratoma. Next, on a very special episode, in order to trap a chem thief, Dr. Margrave must become a serial arsonist. Don't forget to see Space Hospital Nights for steamy suspense. Broderick's Brood. An ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary. While Lucia works in the factory canning processed Borst, her ham-handed husband cooks up schemes to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? Broderick's Brood is a testament to the lesser success family lifestyle. Interesting. You two, get in here. Max? Oh, not really that good.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Yeah, let's see what you have for sale.
I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what is restricting us there. I guess it's some stat of some kind. That's pretty good though. 480. Wow. How much is it? Ah, quite a lot. What? No, I don't even have enough. Okay. Can buy those though. I think I might buy all of those. That was worth it. In fact, I might buy all of this. Yeah. Ooh, okay. What do we got here? These are like quest items. An old datapad once used by the Groundbreakers Mardet security force. From the accumulated dust and grime, this hasn't been accessed for over a decade. I'll take it. The old datapad contains incident reports from various Mardet security patrols. Most are details of simple finds and dust-ups between the crews of Wildcat freighters and corporate haulers. 2 entries have been marked for later review. August 7th, 2344. Responded to a code ID 10T at the Lost Hope. Vera asked us to bounce some Back Bay rat that got himself soaked in Spectrum Red. Drunken fool got into a scuffle with one of Engineer Tennyson's people. We tossed the Rungleech back down to the bays. Asshole fought us the entire way, telling us we'd be sorry once he controlled the hammer's power. If this is some new Hammersmith marketing stunt, I'm complaining to Sunita. October 25th, 2344. Had another run-in with the Rungleech from the Lost Hope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us noticing. Locked himself into the repair bay off of docking slip 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty or some shit while we're trying to talk him out. Had to break off when our shift ended. Hullhead's gonna come out eventually. This guy that we were reading about in Phineas's place. What's this now? Another data cartridge. Yep, okay. That's Hephaestus, isn't it? Which is another planet, I believe. Oh, there we... Okay, review the... Why don't we do that? Is that going to be here? How do I... Have I got to put it in somewhere, have I? It can be viewed using the captain's terminal and the unreliable. Okay.
Great. I was just sitting down for tea.
No, you weren't. So Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
10,000 bits. Any chance you can discount that since Phineas sent me?
Phineas, that old kook. He was quite the dancer back in his prime, did he tell you? Real light on his feet. Real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Laws. Maybe I should charge you double.
Damn it, Phineas. Alright, tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms here. Let's hear the details.
You know Edna, over in engineering. Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Yeah, why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Say no more. I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find his secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outpost, corporate secrets. Got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Okay, what other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something else, actually.
What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
So, why'd the board recall these Stellar Bay nav keys then?
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
You mentioned Groundbreaker's outside of the board's control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, sir. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
So, back to my other questions.
Go right ahead, sweetheart.
So what is this about the heat then?
Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful.
Oh,
But it
right.
won't work. No, sir.
Right.
Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies. law
Okay,
willing.
Gladys. Okay, Gladys. Do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
Well, it kind of is now, you lunatic. But thanks for your time.
Any time, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Oh, thanks.
Here, take a candy with you.
Thank you. I think. I don't know. I don't entirely trust her. Doesn't seem to have a tracker on it. Okay. Right then, onwards. Pavati. Oh, there you are.
Is Halcyon News. We introduce regular
Now I'll leave those on and save my lockpicks. That's the Lost Hope. What else we got on this side? Ah, it's the moon guy. It's like the loading screens, right?
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
You work for Spacer's Choice, huh? Ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Pretty much. Well, yeah. Don't go looking into it.
If you did, that'd be good, actually. They could use the help.
And if you do, please don't mention us.
I'd have to go over my contract, but I don't think I'm allowed to leave Groundbreaker. Or this stall. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too.
Alright, let's see what you got for sale.
Have a look.
Very tempting, but it only gets our lying up. Taking it. What the? Oh. Why is it defective? Oh well. Looks good.
Are you listening to me, Mfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Wait, but if you don't even like her, but you're checking on her.
You say that like it's weird.
It's none of my business, I was just curious.
I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I can look in on Jesse.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Righto.
What seems to be the problem?
Can I buy supplies from museum? Well stocked?
Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable.
Fair enough. I'd like to see Jesse Doyle, please.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Ms. Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say? Have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
See you around, Dr. Mfuru.
Take care.
Mind if I just go check on her?
Pardon me.
Wait, do we need to speak to you? Yeah, there we go.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Better myself, isn't this a...
Sure is. You need a deft hand to straighten a busted nose or sparkle up those not-so-pearly whites? I'm your gal. Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment, not without my mechanicals. Where the law is Irian anyway?
Right. Hold up, you do cosmetic surgery on this rickety space station? Really?
Sure. How do you think we keep this pile of junk in the sky? It costs bits, and a little prettying up brings in a fair few of them. Or it would, if I had my dang mechanicals.
Yeah. Wheeler told me to, tell you to get off his ass about your shipment.
Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Yeah, so who's Irion?
Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
Huh. Well, fair enough. Wait, I could try and find him for you.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
Outlaws? Psh. Looks familiar. Okay, should we get to it?
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
To the last ratchet on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me?
What? Right. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
Open the door before I kick it down?
Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Yeah, Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'll give you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
What do you do that got you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
Yet you think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out?
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it?
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Yeah, I'll talk to Udom for you.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Yes, I suppose you should. Right, let's go out that secret way we found, shall we? This could be a problem.
They're close.
What do you
Nuts.
think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
Nor shall you receive any. Get out of here, you idiots. People? Ah, fine.
No one saw me trip over that.
This is Halcyon News.
Any word on Jessie?
Yeah, a little. She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. I'll handle it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade before engineering. You can't miss it.
Why don't we stick to this lower deck first?
I was wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? How about I stay up top?
Frankie got a lead on some local salvage. One of the Groundbreaker's old hangars was bricked over until someone found it by poking around the stevedore's quarters. Lilia gave us the go-ahead to plant her flag once we clear out the new arrivals. I'm sending you to scout. Look for a loose panel. You got to climb on top of their bunks and head toward the back wall. Lilia says we should watch our backs. She thinks we're being tailed. In other words, typical Lilia.
Keep watch.
You could have stayed up there, Parvati, if you wanted to. Would have been alright. Alright, so we can do that one or that one, not both. Let's do the more expensive one.
Great work.
Hmm. What the? Get out of the way. For real? There are more of them. Okay. Sprats are violent. Let's have a look at that. Ooh, 400. Yep. Good haul. Gonna have to go back though. Nice.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Yeah, let's see what you got. Quiet shot. I think we're finding a good amount of these. I'm not too worried about buying them at the moment. I think, yeah, that's the door. That's where we just robbed everything from.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces in the Halcyon colony. We all want new neighbors from time to time.
I don't
Our
have time
studies
for
have shown that a controlled population is inversely proportional to consumer happiness. Fewer colonists means there's...
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing.
So, well, I guess all the traders in the system come through here. Heard anything interesting?
Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
That is a good point, Vera. Let's see what you got.
Nothing you need and everything you want.
Oh, you couldn't be more wrong, could you? I think there's more to you.
There's your drink, man. Just flag me down.
You okay? Oh, right. Yeah, I guess not.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. Plating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Oh, good. Glad you cleared that up. Nuts. I don't think even if I changed my gear and stuff like that, I'd be able to get that up to 60. Probably not far off being able to get it up to 45, so we can get that AI module from Terra 2. From Junlei Tennyson, doing his all. Haven't anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days. And where are we on that toilet clock? If Chief Gang taught me anything, it's that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. From Kate Buchanan to Wildcat Group, Groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been now 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message. But I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, you freelancers. From Iceman to IS Conveyors Collective. Hi all, I just wanted to... So I just got off ice. From a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we de-thawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was going to be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this law-fucked bolt bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not a one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses. A family I don't see often enough. Debt you wouldn't fucking believe. And even if I'm not working, I still got to make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should have done something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back from Gensan in 3 years. To those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's victuals, yes, I'm aware the promenade stinks. Allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings on a diet of spratwurst and borst, but that's the reality of life up here. If you can't salt it, can it, or zip it up in a pouch, then we're not picky about calling it food. Spaces make do with what they have, and we have it. And what we have is smelly meat, lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustards. Last time I counted. Try and enjoy it. This is a general notice about our impound policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. The embassy is the gaudy building opposite Suplight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail. Especially hate mail. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now. Don't know what's holding up my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get on another freighter. I'd planned to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any, and even the shorter trips to the inner worlds seem rarer than the outer world routes these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees, so I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This noted has been posted 56 times in 632 days. That is unfortunate. Okay, so I guess it's there? Or do they mean this thing in the middle? Callahan. Okay, from SC Manager to M. Callahan. You made your spacer's choice when you signed the employment contract. I keep telling you the hat doesn't fit right. There's something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because of it, I'll take it. but I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. Was that the guy just around the corner there? Oh, from Mama C to Callahan M. Are you okay, honey? Hope you're doing well, Mum. I thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn a wrench back home on Terra 2. Lilia Hagen over in Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage if this thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug from me. Mum, it's really great that we can stay in touch like this. Little reminders of home are more important than ever. Enjoy the quality Spacer's Choice goods I sent. You can get ones just like them at home, but I figured you might appreciate me getting the company discount and all. Oh, it's kind of sad. Okay, I think we know about the heat. Oh. Seeking ethically flexible spacer with Stellar Bay clearance. Payment in exchange for return of legal salvage. Details given upon acceptance of contract. Active warrants, prior convictions, no questions asked. Our background checks filter out criminal red flags. Plausible deniability is the Sublight way. See Lilia Hagen for details. Warehouse next to the Spratverse joint, second floor. The Halcyon Holdings corporate office and its environs are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes, but is not limited to, Halcyon Holdings office here on Groundbreaker, the space directly in front of my desk, the space directly behind my desk, my doorway, my berth, and most importantly, my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation. Udom Bedford, Certified Liaison. P.S. Please note that the next spacer caught drinking on the stairs outside the MC may find themselves on a rude side of an airlock. P.P.S. This is the third time I've had to post this message and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a board-sanctioned investigation into your behaviour and, when you are caught, punish you accordingly. Felix Millstone. I like this Felix guy. Wait, did we meet Felix? Yeah, we did. He was the one fighting outside, wasn't he? Okay, this is quite a big area, and we got a whole second floor. Okay, so that's the... yeah. So next time we'll explore all these buildings. Like this one.